All right, welcome to the United Matters channel. Player ratings: Manchester United 1, Burnley 1. Oh my God, I told you never trust Man United for the remaining games of this season. If you are a person who bets and you really believe that you want to get money, don't risk putting Man United onto your receipt. I warn you in advance. I don't want to come here and hear you people cry at me that we've gone ahead to lose out on points because of what we went ahead to obviously trust Man. Don't trust Man United, please. It's inconsistent. You know, even if they create chances, they don't really score. Everything is in a messy. You know, everything is messed up. And let me tell you this. Don't come to me crying that you've gone ahead to put United onto your receipts and you fail to get money. If you want to eat money, give Arsenal a go, Man City, and so on and so forth. Leave Man United alone. I tell you, leave Man United alone. So, welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment, and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, we are here to get you the player ratings and who the man of the match was and who was the worst player onto the field of play. Now, let's go into the defenders and see how things will pan out. But I tell you, say a prayer before you go to bed, and for Muslims, also thank Allah for the gift of life. And let's obviously get going. Let's start with Diego Dallo. I think he had a very beautiful game, but going forward was really lacking. But I think he had something to do today. Going forward, we lacked. All our fullbacks couldn't obviously bring in crosses. That is really one of the things I really hate about Man United, because if your wingers are not really giving or creating for your number 9, then the wingbacks or the fullbacks for the club of Man United, Bissaka and Dallo, should get themselves in those positions. And today, Bissaka got himself in a very good position and failed to obviously hit the ball into the back of the net. 6 out of 10 for me for the side of Dallo. We go to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I tell you, you missed that chance. I tell you, there is no way you get more than a 5.5 because you had nothing to do. Because defensively, we almost had nothing to do. Apart from the team hitting us on the break, what else? You know? So, Man United found themselves in a position of not really having its fullbacks at full pelt. And that really went ahead to affect us. Bissaka, 5.5 out of 10. We go to Casemiro. He was one of the biggest performers on the day. And I tell you, he's a man of the match. He's a man of the match contender. That is the guy known as Casemiro. Casemiro, for me, I get him a 7 out of 10 into that game because however much went ahead, obviously hit that ball back, but it went on to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Whatever Onana was coming in for, the heavens know that is it. So 7 out of 10 for Casemiro, and they're trying to form a very beautiful partnership they are forming a very beautiful partnership with Harry Maguire, but I don't want to see it as our defense centre-back partnership when you're playing against Crystal Palace on Saturday next week. I don't want to see that. I would love to see Lisandro Martinez or Luke Shaw playing that central defense position very, very well. So, we go to Andre Onana. Guys, I'm sorry, I had even forgotten Andre Onana because I know what I was going to say about him. Andre Onana, he had close to 4 stoppings that were really elite, and he found himself really letting us down by really conceding such a stupid penalty, because I've not gonna hate to see goalkeepers in the world really concede such penalties, by the way. You know, it's Harry Maguire, sorry, it's Onana, I've gonna hate to see concede such. That is it. So he had a very beautiful game in the first half. To me, he was the best player on the field of play. That is it. Him and Garnacho, we are really giving, and in the second half, he was really good. But guess what? That penalty really takes his number to 6.5. You know, it deducts him a 1 out of 10. Because I would have gone ahead to give him a rating of 7.5 out of 10 if he never went ahead to make that mistake. But I really went ahead to like how his gameplay was. 6.5 out of 10 for me. We go to Harry Maguire. And it's Statement Dave who is speaking for what Harry Maguire is going to hit to do in the field of play. 100% LDOs won, 100% tackles won, 33 passes completed, 5 clearances, 2 interceptions, 1 block. Very solid. And for me, he takes a 7.5 out of 10 on the day because he did everything right. He did everything right. His game reading was really one of the best I've ever gonna hit to see him do. And I tell you, he's sending a message to everyone who wants him out of Man United. But for me, all his performances he's putting in. If I'm Manchester United, his contract is running down in 2025. You get? You are not going to add him a new contract. Just sell him and get the amount of money you can get out of him. Because the performances, the goal scoring is really putting him through, are really attracting huge teams. Obviously coming for him like West Ham. I know teams like Everton might fall for him and very many others like Spurs, name it. But I tell you, I wouldn't really recommend him to stay at the club of Man United next season. I would love to see him out because there is a moment when the centre forward of the centre forward of Burnley, went ahead to outpace him, you get? But funny enough, he shot over the bar. But if it was a player like Ollie Watkins, who had a very good skill set and has a very good shooting accuracy, obviously, he would have gone ahead to obviously create havoc to us because Maguire is a snail pest player. So I want him out. 7.5 for me for Harry Maguire. And we go to the midfield. Kobbie Mainoo. He was really good. I've gone ahead to see Erik ten Hag trying to really put in an excuse on why he took him off. Something that is really very invalid for me. You cannot tell me that you're taking off a player that has gone ahead to offer us some of the best performances on the day. That was really naive for Erik ten Hag. So I find it very undoing for him to do such a scenario. You understand? And it's really very bad that we are into such a situation as a club of Man United. But I tell you, we will overcome. We will overcome. That is it. We will overcome. So taking off Kobbie Mainoo, the fans of Man United went ahead, obviously boo Erik ten Hag for what he went ahead to do. And I tell you, they are right. They are right, because how do you take off Erik ten Hag? How do you take off Kobbie Mainoo and leave Eriksen on the field of play? That was really very shambolic substitution made by the manager, and I cannot really back him for that, you know. So that puts us in a situation of really having one thing that we have to talk about. Erik ten Hag, when you are rating him, you know, not all those red flags. At the end of rating the players, you'll see the rating I'm going to give the manager. You know, most of you always say, Rokane, you obviously defend the manager, but I defend him on principle. And when he deserves to obviously get a slate, I give him the slate. So Kobbie Mainoo, 6.5 out of 10. Eriksen, 5.5 out of 10. I tell you, if it's possession that we need, let's leave it with Kobbie Mainoo, because Kobbie Mainoo can do that job. But we needed a busybody in that midfield. And this is where I fault Erik ten Hag again. What is Amrabat doing on the bench? Because we all know that Kobbie Mainoo, every time he's given the allowance to play up the pitch, he creates magic. He creates magic. You get? And you play him with Eriksen, a very weak player. He doesn't run. When loses the ball, it's over. It's over. Now, Erik ten Hag needs to obviously find out himself. I told you, if he gets a sack, he'll be the man responsible for him getting a sack. I repeat this. If Erik ten Hag is sacked, he'll be responsible, or he'll be the orchestrator for his sacking. I tell you this. Eriksen, 5 out of 10 for me. Bruno Fernandes, 6.5 out of 10, though he never looked out for his number 9 again today, you know. He never looked out for his number 9, and there is a pass that Casemiro went ahead to give him through and missed out on it. It was a very good line-breaking pass that would have gone ahead to put us ahead. You get? So, 6.5 out of 10. He ends his scoring range of 7 in the previous 5, because in the previous 5, he has gone ahead to score 7 goals as a player. Right? Then, we go to Anthony. Oh, before I go to Anthony, something I had forgotten obviously show you about Kobbie Mainoo. Kobbie Mainoo had the following game by numbers. Kobbie Mainoo had 96% passing accuracy, 27 out of 28 passes completed, 2 dribbles completed, 2 interceptions, 2 tackles, 1 key pass. So silky as a player, and Erik ten Hag took him off, and he was rewarded by boos from the fans of Man United. Then when we got to Bruno Fernandes game by numbers, it's 29 out of 35 final passes completed, 9 chances created, 4 big chances created, 4 crosses completed, 1.2 of goals expected, and obviously I gave him a 6.5 out of 10. When we go to Anthony, right? Let's go to Anthony, a player that I believe costed us a game today. Would have gone ahead to obviously score a brace or a hat-trick, but he's so much playful in front of goal and doesn't kill off his chances. And he scored the hardest chance and missed out on the easiest. 8 shots, 6 shots on target, 4 out of 5 tackles won, 3 big chances missed, 2 interceptions, 1 key pass, 1 goal. And he grabbed his first goal of the Premier League with 4 games left to play. And I think he shouldn't get into this team of Man United. I tell you, one of the reasons I might even come out and really become Team Erik ten Hag out is how this manager is prioritizing Anthony ahead of Amad Diallo. Amad Diallo comes on the field of play. He gives us a different shape altogether. But look at what Anthony is giving us. He gets into dangerous positions. His end product to his game is poor, and he keeps him on the field of play. Takes off Rasmus Højlund and keeps him on the field of play. However much he scores, he costs us because you are taking off a player who is supposed to be scoring goals and keeping on a player who failed to create for the player you took off chances, because Anthony's number one task onto the field of play is to create chances for Rasmus Højlund. That is it. If he doesn't, then what is he doing on the field of play? What is he doing? What is he doing? You get? So I feel very much offended with what the team is really playing like. And I tell you, it's no longer funny anymore. It's no longer funny anymore because these people don't create chances for Rasmus Højlund. And today, he got 4 balls from the goalkeeper. And imagine all the balls he got, 90% of those came from Andre Onana. What are the players around him doing? You get? So for me, Anthony, I get him a 6.5 out of 10. That is it. We go to Alejandro Garnacho, obviously. Alejandro Garnacho, let's see his game by numbers here. Selfish on the day. Very, very selfish. That is it. He was selfish, and he needs obviously find himself trying to really think of really giving his fellow players a go. 11 out of 14 final third passes completed, 3 shots, 3 chances created, 3 dribbles, 1 big chance. I give him a 7 out of 10. He really looked good on the night, and I really went ahead to love every effort he went ahead to put on as a player in there for Rasmus Højlund in a graveyard shift as usual. Giving him a 6 out of 10. Had nothing to do, and he created one of the best chances of the game. He played in Bissaka, and Bissaka failed to shoot. You know, that is how ugly Bissaka is, and I'm getting him a 6 out of 10. That is Rasmus Højlund. Ahmad, 6.5 out of 10. Mason Mount, 6 out of 10. Amrabat, 6 out of 10. Scott McTominay came on and really got injured. I'm getting him a 5 out of 10. Very unselfish. Sorry, very, very selfish. That moment when he gets an injury, he forces to shoot, yet Anthony is looking in the goal better than him. You get? Very, very unselfish. And this is why I tell you, these players, like Scott McTominay, shouldn't be the club of Man United. These are players that should obviously get out. They should get out of the club because you can't do what he's doing. How do you dare turn when you are swamped up by the defenders of Burnley and you insist to go for a shot, yet there is a player better placed into the mouth of the goal? Or you pass it to Anthony. Anthony's in the hard corner or a narrow corner and finds out a cutback towards the 18 yards box area. You get? Or the D. And then the player shoots it. It goes in the back of the net. We make simple things hard. That's why we miss out on these games and really killing off these chances. So McTominay, 5 out of 10. You get? I think those are the players that came on through for the manager. I'm giving Ten Hag a 4.5 out of 10. That is it. He managed this game badly as a manager. I think I told you there are 4 people to blame for this game. Ten Hag, Anthony, however much he scored, he missed out on very many goals. There is Andre Onana, right? Andre Onana has been really to blame. Which was the fourth person I talked about? Was it Eriksson? I think 4 players I came out and really talked about. Those 4 are to blame for our loss. So my man of the match for me is Harry Maguire. It's Harry Maguire for me because he did well. And for Casemiro, also put in the shift. Garnacho, I think 7 out of 10 I'm going to have to give, but he was too selfish and he deserves to obviously continue to do better and better and better. May the living to God bless you abundantly. I think this is yet another video that I'm going to hit through for you. Good night if at all I don't return. Bye-bye. And for the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum, the Christians, we cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. And may the living to God bless you abundantly. Bye-bye.